Pramila Jayapal, she had tweeted this yesterday because yesterday was it was yesterday in 2014 when Michael Brown was killed in Ferguson. And she tweeted this, quote, "Today marks 8 years since Michael Brown was murdered by police in Ferguson, Missouri. We need to honor Michael's life with action. Let's keep fighting to dismantle white supremacy so we can ensure racial justice for all." So a recap. If you're unfamiliar with what we've said on the show or where we're from, Kane and I are from St. Louis. Kane's from Ferguson, Missouri. I had family that lived in Ferguson, Missouri. National media tried to portray it as the ghetto, which it was not. I mean, for crying out loud. The neighborhood I lived in St. Louis did not have a Starbucks. Ferguson had a Starbucks. But Michael Brown wasn't murdered. That's a lie. This is how it started. A convenience store owner named Andy Patel. He called police because Michael Brown was captured on video taking items without paying. So police put out a bolo, a be on the lookout. And that's when Darren Wilson was on the street. He had gotten the bolo, and he saw in the middle of the street walking the guy who matched the exact description of the bolo. That's why he got out and engaged. Now, remember who was president at the time? Barack Obama. Remember who was vice president at the time? Joe Biden. Who was running the Department of Justice? Barack Obama's guy, Eric Holder. This got turned over to the DOJ because of all the stuff that was going on. And Eric Holder, his own directed forensic report, came back that Michael Brown was the aggressor. Michael Brown had gunpowder residue and marks on his hand that could only have been present were his hands on the gun and his finger in the trigger guard. And not only did Eric Holder's Department of Justice come out stating this conclusively in their forensic report, but so did a grand jury comprised of people from Ferguson, Missouri. And so did all of the witnesses who were brought forward, who testified not in public because they were terrified of retribution, but testified before the grand jury. People of the neighborhood, of the area. But wait, there's more. Andy Patel very vociferously disputed this history rewriting propaganda documentary that this dude put out to try to rewrite what happened to trigger the be on the lookout. And again, the grand jury, the witnesses, even Eric Holder's DOJ did not buy any of the excuses. It was absolutely locked down truth. There was no hands up, don't shoot. Darren Wilson was attacked. Autopsy, 2 separate forensic reports, including one from Eric Holder's DOJ, absolutely would beyond any questionable doubt confirm this. Now, there's more. Do you guys remember the prosecutor who led the investigation of this case, Bob McCullough? I sure as hell do. I've been in talk radio since 2008. I remember when far-left Democrat prosecutor Bob McCullough had convened what he called the Truth Squad during the run-up in the 2008 presidential election. Bob McCullough joined with another lefty prosecutor, Jennifer Joyce, and they joined with a lefty sheriff. What's his face? Glenn Boyer down there in Jeffco. Remember him, Kane? Yeah. And they put together this little team, and they literally put out a little ad. And they were going at anything that was said about then Senate candidate and presidential candidate Barack Obama. If it was false, the Truth Squad was going to come at you. I wrote about it on one of my first shows in October of 2008. I discussed it. That's the same far-left Democrat prosecutor who was leading the investigation in the Mike Brown case. He was a hardcore Obama acolyte. So do not even, Pramila Jayapal, sit down. I mean, they came out, STL Today, St. Louis Post-Dispatch. They had a headline, "You can't handle the truth." They had all of this. They had all these people. In fact, it was so bad, it came under the scrutiny of then Governor Matt Blunt at the time. And a lot of people were critical because they said it was an attack on free speech, which it was. That's the prosecutor that led this. So no, Michael Brown was not murdered. No, there was no hands up, don't shoot. He was a criminal. He robbed a store. He assaulted Andy Patel, grabbed him by his neck on camera. A bolo went out. When the bolo went out and an officer saw a suspect matching the exact description of the bolo, Darren Wilson, and he engaged, Mike Brown attacked Darren Wilson, according to the witnesses that testified to the grand jury and conclusively the grand jury when they delivered the not guilty verdict in the case of Darren Wilson. You have Pramila Jayapal, who couldn't even find Ferguson on a map, wading into this case 8 years later to try to hatefully, because she's a racist, try to divide people further with this hateful fairy tale fabrication. Stop it. Get so aggravated at this stuff. Entire damn blocks were burned down because of these people's lies. Historically owned, black-owned businesses, third and fourth generation owned, gone in a night. Because people believed the lies of racist grifters like Pramila Jayapal, who is an embarrassment to the office that she holds and the Republic at large. And yes, you deserve the absolute most caustic scorn for pushing these lies when it was your own damn party that couldn't find a shred of evidence. Not even to maintain a presence in that police department, y'all couldn't. So don't.